third day of Hanukkah, right? On the third day, the majority of our people just got done celebrating Thanksgiving, right? Now, this is my question to those of y'all that's online, right, or in the classroom: is Thanksgiving of the Most High? Should we have celebrated Thanksgiving or not? Right? Right fast. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Okay, chapter 5 and verse 17. We're gonna go there right fast, right? When we read this book called the Bible, come to find out the holidays that the Most High told us to celebrate. Go ahead, sis. You said Matthew what? Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. You hold that, all right? When you read the Bible, in the book of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, right, it gives us holidays or holy days that we should celebrate in America. Now, of course, the days that we were taught was Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter and your birthday and so on and so on. When in all actuality, the holidays that we celebrate today in America is not of God. So now, why do we celebrate them? You want to raise your hand if you need something, sis. All right? No sweat. So we're going to go to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. Whoever have it, go ahead and read it. Sis, you have it? Go ahead. You got it, sis. You go ahead and read it.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Now, this is Jesus Christ speaking, right? Let's first understand that Jesus Christ was a black man. Why do I say he was a black man? Because the Bible says he had woolly hair. And his feet was like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, right? So now a black man by the name of Jesus Christ, in the Hebrew, his name is Yahweh Shai, right? That's the ancient Hebrew. And he said, think not that I am come to destroy the law. Read that one more time from the top, sis.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Read on.
Or the prophets.
Mm-hmm.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Okay, now let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21. So now Jesus Christ said out of his own mouth, he said, I came not to do away with the law, to destroy the law. Then he said, think not. Now, what do think not mean? Don't think. Don't put it in your mind. You understand me? If I could, right? You got to think about it. We are in this condition that we are in as blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people. We are very low, man. Right. You understand me? Living in shelters, going house to house, place to place, drug addicts, man. We have become alcoholics. And then when you actually open up this book called the Bible, come to find out we are in hell because we don't obey the Bible, man. You understand me? And when we open up this book, Thanksgiving is inside the book for us to not celebrate. Christmas is inside the book for us to not celebrate. And that's what we're about to go over right now. Let's go to Amos. You get this one for me on the card. Amos chapter 5 and verse 21.
Come. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
I hate.
Read that again.
I hate.
Right, let's stop right there. Right? What do they say about God? Because people always talk about God. You understand? They talk about God, this God that I love God, right? Well, God just said here he hates. Right? You have pastors saying that God loves the sin and the sinner. They say that God don't hate. When you actually read the Bible, God said he hates. And let's find out what God hates. Read again from the top. Let everybody know where you are, please.
Con. Read the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21.
I read the book of Amos, right? Chapter 5 and verse 21. Go ahead, read that.
Con. Verse 21. I despise your feast days.
Read that again.
I despise your feast days.
Now God is saying, I hate, right? And he hates something. And this is what he hates. He despises your feast days. So now, do God hate feast days? If you know online, type it in. Do God hate feast days? If you know in the class, you can raise your hand and let me know. Do God hate feast days? Go ahead, sis.
Yes, he does. He hates the oppressors' feast days.
Yes. He hates the oppressive feast days. You understand me? Which why in Amos it don't say he hate feast days. He said, I hate and I despise your feast days. Why is he saying your feast days? Because the feast days that we celebrate, we only celebrating the feast days because the white man told us to celebrate the feast day, right? So it's almost saying this, right? You telling me I need an oppressor to tell me when I can sit at the dinner table and eat with my family, or for my family to come together and talk and chill and play video games. Black people get together, man. They getting those spades on the call.
Right.
You understand? They playing spades, they drinking, they having a good time. But you telling me we need the oppressor, right? When I say the oppressor, man, the man that is above blacks, Hispanics, and the indigenous people. We should not need him to tell us the days that we need to come together, man. You understand me? Knowing clearly that the Lord said, he said he hates the feast days that we celebrate in America.
Right.
It's right in the Bible. So now when we go through hell in our lives, and listen, Thanksgiving is now over, right? So now they're about to get ready for the next one. What's the next one? Christmas. You understand? They're about to get ready for the next holiday. When these holidays is all about a hustle. You know how much money they made, man, over on Thanksgiving weekend? I don't gotta tell you, you can look it up yourself, man. Go ahead, Nicole.
All right, so I used to work in the meat plant, and they had peak seasons. And usually during the wintertime, they calculate, we're going to make a lot. So with the pandemic, it hit the meat industry so bad because one, people was not trying to eat out, come together and eat. A lot of people wasn't coming to work,
right, due to the COVID-19, right. Of course.
So it's definitely the oppressor, like the Lord in the Bible said they had taken crafty counsel against us, so they know they peak seasons. Exactly.
And that's all these holidays is about. You understand? You read Amos 5 and 21 again from the top.
With the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21. I hate.
See, so don't let nobody lie to you, telling you that God don't hate, when this is right in the Bible, man. You understand me? God said he hate, clear as day, man. You cannot confuse that. Okay? Read again from the top.
I hate, I despise your feast days.
See that? The Most High don't hate feast days. We are in the feast day right now, the Feast of Hanukkah.
That's right.
The Feast of Dedication. What's another feast day that is of God? The Passover. The Feast of Tabernacles. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. Purim. You understand me? The Day of Atonement. Those are feast days that the Most High told us to keep. Feast days that are actually inside the Bible. Now, this is my thing is, Nicole. How the hell can we celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving? And, oh, man, that's Santa. You can forget about it, right? Man, with this super COVID-19 out, man, the COVID variant, right? How the hell would we allow somebody to sit on a fat man lap, man? Fat Santa Claus. How can we allow that? Number one, we tell our children to don't speak to strangers. But on Halloween, it's okay to knock on somebody's door and ask them for candy, right? And on Christmas, it's okay to sit on a white man's lap, knowing the COVID-19 virus ain't no joke. Why don't we understand these things? I'll tell you why. Because we are destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. And in America, we would rather believe in a lie than the truth. You understand? When God said he hate and he despise your feast days. What's another feast day that we celebrate? It could be a birthday. That's a feast day. How you know that's a feast day? What do people do on their birthdays? Birthday dinner.
Right.
Or something that's more common, birthday cake, birthday party. You understand me? The feast days that we celebrate is not of God. Read that again from the top.
In the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
See that they cooked all that food on Thanksgiving, thinking God was going to smell that. Listen, Yahweh, man, that's the Most High name in Hebrew. The Lord, like, I ain't smelling none of that turkey.
Right.
God damn, you cooking ham? God said not to eat pork anyway.
Right.
You understand me? The Lord is saying, you doing all this cooking. Grandmother, you can forget about it. Grandmother cooking all that good old food. And if you tell grandmother you ain't coming over or you ain't going to participate in the Christmas dinner, she ain't going to love you anymore, man. You understand me? Like the Lord said, how can we serve two masters? You cannot serve two masters. Because if you serve two masters, you will love one and then you will simply hate the other. Let's read on.
Verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
So ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat
Now, what's a
offerings.
burnt offering? Why is he saying, though ye offer me burnt offering? What's a burnt offering? What's that? Go ahead, sister.
Is it like an unclean offering?
No, a burnt offering is like something you got to burn. In other words, today would be something you got to cook. You understand me? So now the Lord is saying, though they offer him a burnt offering, right? What is the burnt offering here? The turkey, the mac and cheese, the cranberry sauce, the collard green. They saying what? Be thankful for being alive. So now they cook for Thanksgiving and they cook for Christmas and people eat and they enjoy themselves and they have a good time, not knowing the true history, man. Listen, we all know we celebrate Hanukkah because a righteous black man stepped up, man. We're going to get inside the story in a minute. By the name of Mattathias. You had this evil king, right? This evil oppressor that was trying to get him to forget about the Bible and forget about his laws and statutes and commandments and make those same burnt offerings unto false gods and idols. Let's read on.
I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beasts.
Read that line again.
So ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings?
Okay, so though ye offer me burnt offerings, right? And your meat offerings, read.
I will not accept them.
Read that again.
I will not accept
See
them.
that? The Lord look at our people, and this how you know we are slaves, right? Why the hell do we need an oppressor to tell us when we can have a big dinner or a Christmas dinner or a Thanksgiving dinner?
Right.
Why do we need a white man to tell us to do that? Black women know how to cook. Why do we gotta cook? Why do we need to have a Christmas dinner? Well, we all know Jesus Christ wasn't born in the wintertime. Jesus Christ was born in the springtime. You understand me? Think about it like this, right? If the oppressor can lie about the greatest man that ever walked the face of this earth, then imagine what else he lied about. Maybe they lied when they said the laws of God are done away with. Knowing weed is going to kill you, man. Listen, they putting fentanyl in weed. You understand me? Lacing it. You are going to die if you smoke weed, man. And once again, smoking weed is in the law. God told us to not smoke weed. Where is it? Where is that in the law? God also told us to not smoke cigarettes, right? He also told us to not smoke black and mild. That hookah they doing, that's unlawful too, man. Hookah. When the hell hookah come out in the car? For the past couple of years, they've been doing it for about 5 years now, I believe. Maybe longer than that. So lock you, right? Now, with that being said, in the law of the Lord forbids us to smoke. But where is it? Where is that in the Bible? All right, I'll get it for you. 1 second. We're going to go to the book of Proverbs. Bear with me 1 second. Go to Proverbs. Okay. Let's go to on the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 27. All right, we're going to go there in the car. You get that for me. All right.
Okay.
Proverbs 16 and verse 27. All right, when you get that, you read that, please.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
An ungodly man diggeth up evil.
Read it again from the top.
An ungodly man diggeth up evil.
Now, what is an ungodly man or an ungodly woman? When it says an ungodly man, it's just talking about like mankind. So it could be a man or a woman, right? What is an ungodly man or an ungodly woman? Go ahead, sis.
Ungodly woman or ungodly man is when
when they're going behind God's rules, like going behind His rules, like for example, like you said, smoking, that's ungodly, or getting married and then marrying somebody else, that's ungodly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Give the sister a hand. No sign Christ, right? So that's an ungodly man.
Or stealing or robbing somebody.
There you go. Absolutely. The Lord said, "Thou shalt
Or
not."
hitting your mother or father.
There you go. Absolutely, right. The Lord said, "Thou shalt not steal." I don't know why we steal anyway. God damn. You understand me? To steal something from somebody is like you got to be so low. Like you got to be extremely low to steal money. God damn. That goes to show how low we are as a nation of people, man. So now the Lord is saying, ungodly man diggeth up evil. Now, let me ask you a question, right? Where do tobacco come from? No, God. No sweat. Y'all know sisters? Where do weed come from? All right. Tobacco and weed, it comes from the ground. You understand me? Now, weed, right? You gotta get a seed and you gotta plant it, right? You gotta put some water over it. It needs some sun, and but before you know, you got weed plants down in California everywhere. Thank God y'all don't know anything about that, by the way, y'all, right? You understand? The Lord said, "Listen, ungodly man diggeth up evil." Where does cocaine come from? It comes from the ground. You understand? The earth soils, man. Tobacco, crack. Well, crack, you gotta cook the crack, but you understand me? The opioids and all that, man. Oxycontins, all of that, it comes from the earth. Okay, the Lord said, "An ungodly man diggeth up evil," and this is what that ungodly man or woman does. Read on.
Come. And in his lips.
And in his what?
And his lips.
So after they dig up the evil, right? Right? Dig it up, dig it up, dig it up. And in his or her lips, right? Your lips. Read.
There is a burning fire.
There is what?
A burning fire.
Let's say as or a burning fire.
It is as a burning fire.
There you go, right? So in your lips, there is as a burning fire. What is that? I'm going to tell you what that is. It's this. Smoking. You understand me? The Lord is saying an ungodly man will dig up evil, and in his lips there is as a burning fire. And that's why they wanted to kill Mattathias, man. Because Mattathias said, we ain't going to smoke weed. Mattathias said, man, we ain't going to profane the Sabbath day of the Most High God. Mattathias, a black man, he decided to obey the Most High God. Because obeying the Lord is like, okay, you got to understand this. You got to see the bigger picture of everything. Let's go to 2 John chapter 1 and verse 6, right? The bigger picture is this. Though we be in a horrible condition right now in America, the Most High can bring Christ back tomorrow or, 10 years from now, whenever he decides to bring Christ back, man. He can bring him back, okay? And then you can have peace. In America, we don't have no peace, man. Think about it, having to get up and work 10-hour days, 7, 10, even 15, in some cases $20 an hour. That's hell, man. You understand me? We are oppressed in America. But like Christ said, if we obey the Most High God, like Mattathias and his sons, then we will come out of hell. Sometimes we be like, damn, why am I going through this? Sometimes life can hit you like a storm, right? You heard somebody say, damn, it's like everything hit me at one time. That's life. Life beating you up. It's like, it ain't never one thing to call. You understand me? It'd be one thing that turned into 1,000 things. Right. Now your husband got problems. Now your wife got problems. Now the kids and the kids sick and they can't go to school, but you gotta go to work. Now there's like everything is happening at one time. And what we don't understand is that we go through hell when we don't obey the Most High God. Think about from the things we eat, the pork, the shrimp, and crab, and lobster. I shouldn't have to tell you to not eat those things. Knowing your grandmother's health and your granddaddy's health, man, should tell you You should never eat shrimp, man. No, they got diabetes and heart attacks and strokes and all that, man. When we read the Bible, right, we cannot be ungodly. We cannot get high. People that get high, they run away from reality. That's why they sit inside that room and they smoke all day 24/7, running away from life. You cannot run away from your problems, man. Mattathias ain't run away from his problems. To overcome your problems, you must face them. You must face them. Oh, all right. Read what I call for 2 John 1:6, please. Go ahead, come on with it, Lord.
If I could, sir, like, you know, what you're saying is heavy because definitely you're running away from it. Like, it was things that I was running away from in the world.
Right.
And I tried so hard to get to this peak by smoking to the point where people in the streets in the world, they know you smoke an eighth. That's 3.5. I was smoking that 2 of those in one day because I was trying to escape the reality that I had to really face. But it wasn't until I came into the truth and then the Lord just took all that away from me. I was like, dang, that's all I had to do.
Absolutely. And if I could, you know, the time period we in now, because thank the Lord that you ain't on that crap no more. Because one of those apes, man, they could have some fentanyl in it, man.
Right.
You understand me now? You out just like that. You out. Go ahead, sis, you got it.
No, today I just smoked it. Like you said, I smoked cakes too. I smoked cakes today. I did do it today. You know how to do. I did do it today, then I started stopping. I'm like, well, I have Bible study today, so let me just stop. So,
Right. Gosh, I understand. Like the Lord said, confession is good for the soul. You understand me? And this is the thing, right? We have voices in our minds that's telling us we need Thanksgiving, we need Christmas, we need marijuana, we need cigarettes. We don't need none of that, man. The only thing that we need is to serve the true living God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Think about it, right? We tried everything. We tried cigarettes. We tried weed. We tried Islam. God dang. You walk around. Christians only want to raise your hand, sis. All right. You got a question or comment, raise your hand. All right. We tried Christianity. We tried almost everything in the book. But the one thing we ain't tried to call was learning these commandments and applying them with our lives, man, every single day. All right. So we're going to go to 2 John chapter 1 and verse 6. So now this is going to show us how to come out of those problems and how to escape hell. All right. Because of course, in Christianity and in this evil world, right, we believe that we love God. We think that, you know, love is an emotion. I can say I love you, but hey, I'm going to cheat on you if I'm a woman. Or if I'm a man, I say I love my wife, but I'm putting my hands on you every single day, or I'm putting you in the hospital. That's not real love. All right. This is real love according to God. We're gonna go to 2 John, right, in the New Testament, chapter 1 and verse 6. You read that, warrior, please.
It's the book of 2 John, chapter 1 and verse 6. And this is love.
Read that again, nice and loud.
And this is love.
All right, so now we're going to find out what real love is. All right, not just fake love. Fake love is this, Nicole. I love you. Pow! I punch you right in your mouth. Fake love is like, oh, I do anything for you. But, oh, damn, I'm homeless now. Man, get out of my house. I ain't dealing with you no more. I'm tired of you. You just trying to use me. You trying to take advantage of me. And you taking from my kids now, right? The Lord say, listen, this is love. Let's find out what real love is. Read again from the top, please.
And this is love, that we walk after his commandments.
See, that's real love right there. All right? So now you got to think about it. In the Christian church, they teach us that the commandments of God are done away with. So now, what are they really teaching you? They teaching you something, but what? They teaching you to hate God, right? The opposite of love is hate.
Right.
If the Most High is saying, for this is the love of God, that we walk after his commandments, and then I go to church on Sunday. Oh, you forget about that pastor, boy. or they singing and dancing. They're gonna pass around that bucket in the car.
Right.
You understand? They're gonna get tons of donations. Why? Because they're gonna make you feel good. Like the Lord said, there is a way that seemeth right unto a man or woman, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Some things that you eat, it seems good, right? It seems like it's okay. It seems like it's of the Most High God. But if you continue eating those things, it is going to kill you, man. If you continue smoking the weed, some fentanyl is going to be in it, and it is going to kill you. I shouldn't have to tell you about the cigarettes, by the way. Goddamn. At least the oppressor put that on the goddamn box. He said that if you smoke it, it's a good chance, man, you're gonna get cancer. You understand? We got pregnant women out here smoking cigarettes, man. I had some sister at my slave, man. She like 7 months, 8 months, right? Big belly and all, smoking cigarettes, man, and work at a health clinic. I said, God damn, this is the world that we are in. When it's like real love is this, right? I want to smoke the goddamn cigarette, but I'm not going to smoke it because my son or my daughter matters, man. Right. You understand me? That's real love. Real love is, okay, I want to sell drugs, but I got to be around for my children. I got to be around for my family. Real love is discipline, man. It's doing the thing that you know you should just not do it. It seems good to you, but if you keep doing it, man, you're going to kill yourself. You're going to die, man. You understand? You're going to be destroyed. The Lord said, for this is love, that we walk after his commandments. Let's read on.
In the book of 2 John, chapter 1, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And this is love, that we walk after his commandments.
See, that real love is obedience, man. Gotta obey. Got to obey. Do not obey yourself. We know the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We all know that. Why? Because the term devil simply means liar and deceiver, right? But let me tell you something else, man. It's a song that I love, man. Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. Because you are your worst enemy. You understand me? When you look at yourself in that mirror, right? Think about all the bad decisions you made your whole entire life. Why do you make those decisions? You made those decisions, man. You understand me? And if you can realize that, and then you can learn how to fight. But fight who? Then you learn how to fight yourself and your own lusts and your own desires, man. If you don't want to make the same mistake. Or, you can live life like a repeat. You understand me? Like you make the same mistake over and over and over and over and over again. Or you can live your life like Matthias and his sons, man, and train up your people, train up your children to not compromise what they believe in, man. Teach your children that Santa Claus ain't real. God damn. Man, you telling me we still lying to our children today, Nicole? Is Christmas that serious? Where it's like, man, we're going to go ahead and teach our people, our young ones, a lie. It's bad enough they still believe that Jesus Christ is a white man. We want to train them up and teach them the truth. All right, we're going to drop that. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Okay, chapter 8 and verse 17. All right, whoever get it first, one of y'all can go ahead and read that. All right, Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 17. If y'all need some more food or anything, I'll let the brother know. All right, we got tons of food back there, water, drinks, and all that. All right.
Do you mind? That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, if you need to, that's fine. That's fine, sis. All right, if you need to, that's fine. You have Ezekiel, sis?
Yes.
All right, you go ahead and read that, please.
Then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here?
All right, so now Judah is us, right? Like Judah, Benjamin, Levi, right? Judah is short for the Jews, right? Like my name was Stephen, you'll call me Steve. If my name was Tony, you'll call me Tone, right? So now to us, to the Israelites, we think this is a light thing, meaning we think it's a small thing, but it's an abomination unto the Most High God. Let's read on.
For they have filled They have filled the land with violence.
See
and
that
have-
for they have filled the land with violence. How you know this is talking about the Israelites? White people don't go through that. Of course, sis.
Because of, is it because that black people are in profitable areas and tend to become more violent?
Absolutely. In Philadelphia, right? We have over 500 homicides already in the city of brotherly love. God damn. It's supposed to be the city of brotherly love, right? But 500 homicides already. Go ahead, sis. Come on with it.
If I can ask, but also, being as though that, black people are put in profitable areas, isn't that because of the white man? So it would seem that they are the cause of it.
Right? Absolutely. It's a setup, man. It's systematic. You understand me? Like how the Lord said in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, right? How the other nations came together and figured out how can we destroy these people. So now in America, it's like if you are rich, you get richer. But if you are poor, you get poorer. You understand? So they like, all right, let's put these Negroes here. And let's not give them all the resources, but let's give them the bare minimum. So now, because they have the bare minimum, they working for minimum wages. I believe, if I'm mistaken, it's still $7.25 an hour. You understand me? Even if you're getting paid $10 an hour or $15 an hour, you got to think about it. That's not enough to survive. So now, because I'm getting paid the bare minimum, I got to rob somebody. I got to sell drugs because I don't want to live in a house with no heat. God damn, that's rough right there. Living in a house with no air conditioner when it's 100 degrees outside. So now any person that want to get out of poverty or hell, they're gonna do what they gotta do. So now when they do what they gotta do, what happens? They go to prison, they go to jail, and now lawyers make hundreds of thousands of dollars. You understand me? Judges, the DAs, you forget about it, man. Now they all get rich, and now we got another black man or another black woman in prison, man. So absolutely, man, it's a setup that they played against us, knowing that if we disobey the Lord, that we will always be in hell, right? So now let me give you one precept on that, right? Let's go to the book of Judas in the Apocrypha. All right, the book of Judas, the 5th chapter. All right, we're gonna go to the book of Judas, the 5th chapter, and I think I want verses 20. Hold on, let me get it right fast. Bear with me 1 second. All right. If I could, Trooper, you give me the book of Judas, right? The 5th chapter and verse. Let's start at 19. Judas 5 and 19. Since you hold the book of Ezekiel, the 8th chapter, I'm coming right back there. All right. We're gonna go to the book of Judas in the Apocrypha, chapter 5, and we're gonna start at verse 19. You on Tawab, Carl?
I'm not like about to read the script.
Solid, no sweat.
This is the book of Judas, chapter 5, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
God.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against the people.
Now they're saying this, right? Now this is the other nations here, right? They saying, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people. Now what's an error? A error is like if they go ahead, sis, come over.
Isn't that like a time? It's like a time frame.
No, like an error. Like a problem. Like somebody made a mistake or somebody made an error. You understand? Right. No sweat, sis. So now they saying like if there be any problem in this people, right? If they make any mistakes concerning their God, their power, let's read on.
And they sin against their God.
And they do what?
Sin against their God.
So now the other nations, they saying this, okay, if they smoke weed, if they smoke cigarettes, if they celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, If they do those things, read on.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Read that again.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Now, somebody break that down. Sis?
In other words, that they have become an abomination unto God by being unholy, being ungodly.
Right, you right there.
They will
Mm-hmm.
basically shut the door in their face when they decide to go against the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Absolutely, you're right, right? So now they know if they go against the laws and statutes and commandments, right? And in other words, in a nutshell, right, they are going to destroy themselves. You understand? That's just going to happen. This is going to be their ruin if they don't obey God. You understand? Think about it. 450,000 babies a year dead due to Planned Parenthood. And that is the most selfish thing, man, that any black woman can do, right? Why do I say that? Think about the condition your mother and your dad was in when they gave you a chance. When I say gave you a chance, meaning your mother decided to have the baby. You understand me? And now you look at the condition that you are in, and you're like, oh man, I can't do it. Why? I don't want to be a single mother, or I got school, or I ain't ready for that yet, or I'm too young. How old was your mother when she had you, man? Was she living in the projects? Was she living in Beverly Hills with millions of dollars in a savings account, with hundreds of thousands of dollars in the account? What's the point? Your mother gave you a chance, man. So you give that baby a chance. You understand me? That's life. Like the Lord said, love thy brother as thyself. You wouldn't want somebody to kill you, right? Then you shouldn't kill somebody else. You shouldn't kill that baby that's in your womb. You don't want nobody to rob you, right, and steal from you, or molest your children, or rape your son or your daughter. Then you shouldn't molest somebody else's child, man. That's how you love somebody as you would want to be treated. You treat somebody how you want to be treated. Read that again from the top, warrior. Judas 5 and verse 20.
This is the book of Judas, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people.
Meaning, if they do wrong, if they go off, if they snort cocaine, if they serve other gods, read.
And they sin against their God.
And they do what?
Sin against their God.
And they do what?
Sin against their God.
How many commandments is it inside the Bible? Anybody know? Because I know we all were taught that it was 10 commandments. You understand? That's what we were taught. When I was coming up, man, when I was a young man, my mother always taught me, right? She said, you better obey the 10 crack commandments. God damn, that's what Big and Small said. 10 crack commandments, right? How many commandments is it inside the Bible? It's over 623 commandments, man. 623 commandments inside the Bible, right? So now you hold that, right? Sis, you go ahead and read Ezekiel, the 8th chapter, and verse 17 again from the top, please.
Verse 17. Then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here?
See that? You got people saying, man, we just a small thing, man. The Lord created it from the earth. A little ape ain't gonna kill me. A little dime piece ain't gonna kill me, man. But I tell you, if you smoke on like 10 Negroes, all right, and if they doing the one puff and you pass it on to the next one, listen, you take 2 puffs if you want to, man. They be ready to kill you. Oh no, you was only supposed to take 1 puff, man. You smoking all my goddamn weed, and now before you know it, all chaos is going to break out. You understand me? Let's read on.
For they have filled the land with violence and have returned to provoke me to anger.
See that? Can't get along. You fill the land with violence, meaning what? Guns, drugs, crime. Can't get along with one another, man. Can't love one another. Can't treat one another as you want to be treated. Read.
And lo, they put the branch to their nose.
They do what?
And lo, they put the branch to their nose.
All right, so what was they doing? And lo, they put the branch to their nose. Go ahead, Trooper.
Smoking weed.
Yes. What's a branch? Go ahead, sis.
Is it a Dutch?
Okay. Yes, it is a Dutch, but what else do they call it? A branch.
Cigarettes.
A branch. What is a branch on?
A tree.
Oh, what sis?
A tree.
What do they call weed? What else do they call weed? Sis?
They call it tree.
You understand? Give the sister a hand. That's what they call it. They call it tree. Give the old sister a hand. You understand? The Lord said, listen, they put the branch, they put the Dutch, they put the tree to their nose, man. You understand me? The Lord is saying that this is, it's an abomination unto the Most High God, man. You ain't supposed to be putting, a Dutch, man, unless you want to die of on fat. Goddamn. You understand me? Or unless you want to be the next, drug addict, because after you done with weed, man, then it's cocaine, and then it's the pills, and then it's crack, and all this and all that, man. You understand me? So now, we was committing these abominations, and the heathens, man, they knew it. They said, if they can, get high like a kite, we are in a weed pandemic. You understand me? Everybody is smoking weed. It'd be 10 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. You got Negroes walking down the street high as hell, not knowing it's a setup. And these heathens, they know it. If we sin against God, then the Most High won't be with us. All right, let's drop that. Let's go back to Judas, right? The 5th chapter and 20 again from the top, please.
This is the book of Judas, chapter 5, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
See that? And then they can overcome us. Now, y'all see how it's a setup? Why they put guns in our neighborhoods? We don't own planes. Y'all damn, do we own boats? Nicole, we don't own any of that. We don't own jets. Now, you may got a couple Negroes that got a little bit of money. When I say we, I'm saying like the majority of us. We can't bring guns in our neighborhoods. They bring guns in our neighborhoods because they know if we kill one another, then we can come in their neighborhoods, right, and knock their houses down and rebuild it. Listen, I grew up in North Philadelphia, man. Where I grew up at, it was all Negroes. All Negroes. When I go back to my hood where I grew up from, man, it's all white people in my neighborhood now. You understand? The college then, almost bought every goddamn house, man. Why? Because when we were coming up, we couldn't get along. It was only drugs on the block, man. The Negroes killing one another. You got a young black man, 16, 17 years old, man, dead, shot, gunned down by another black man. Why? Because we don't understand the Most High God. Okay, and when we serve these idols, when we partake in these holidays, when we partake in Christmas, then the Most High is not with us, and then we die and they live. All right, let's go to Romans chapter 6 and verse 23. All right, Nicole, you get that for me. All right, Romans 6 and 23. If anybody have any questions, let me know. Do anybody have any questions? Everybody good? All right, no sweat. All right, let me know if we have any questions online too, all right?
I got you.
Read Romans 6 and 23.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
For the wages of sin is death.
Read that again.
For the wages of sin is death.
For the wages of sin is death. Right? Death. That's why we're dying. Thanksgiving, turkey, and ham. The next one coming up, Christmas. People look at us crazy because we got Santa Claus hanging right here, man. You know why we have Santa Claus hanging right here? Let me ask you a question, right? Was King James a white man or a black man?
Black.
There you go. You want to raise your hand next time, sis. All right? The sister was right. King James was a black man, right? What about the real St. Nicholas? The real St. Nick was a black man as well. Then who is this man Santa Claus? When we know it ain't real.
Right.
We know it's not of God. We know how Hanukkah is of God, but we know Christmas is not of God. And how do we know Christmas is not of God? Because they say, oh, those Negroes on that corner, they don't know what they're talking about. They just a hate group. They just hate the white man. And they so angry. Well, goddamn, oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right.
We should be angry, man.
Right.
400 years of slavery, captivity. 400 years of no love, no real love. 400 years not knowing Jesus Christ was a nigga and he died for his people and his people only. 400 years of lies and Christmas and Thanksgiving and all this garbage. Where in the Bible when the Most High spoke about Christmas? If you know online, type it in. Put your hand down the car. Otherwise, I know you know, brother. You're officer. You're supposed to know that. No sweat. You're good. All right, let's go to Jeremiah, the 10th chapter. All right, let's go there. All right, I'm going to show you Christmas inside the Bible. All right, and you tell me if you're going to believe in the Bible or not. All right, just like how the transatlantic slave trade was prophesied in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. How the Lord said we will go into slavery, right, into Egypt. Egypt means bondage. America today with ships. We all know how we all got to America, cargo slave ships, man. You understand me? All right, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. You got it, trooper.
This is the book of Jeremiah, 10th chapter, first verse.
Mm-hmm.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Now, who are the Israelites? How can you prove it? Go ahead, sis. You got it. Go ahead.
It's the so-called black natives and Hispanics and it's all about the poverty.
Yes, you're right. You're right, but how can you prove it? Where will you go to prove it? Because you have the oppressor, they call themselves Jewish, right? But we can prove that they are not the real Jews. Go ahead.
Tobit 4 verse 12.
Okay, Tobit 4 and 12, that's talking about interracial marriages, right? That's saying how the Israelites should not marry outside of their races, right? Or their race. Where I would go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, how it's going into the curses. Remember, the Lord told Moses, he said, speak unto the children of Israel. And when you read the curses, the ultimate curse was us coming to America on cargo slave ships, man. And it's tons of other curses, how the Lord goes into how our stores will be cursed. You understand me? Our businesses, how a black man will have a woman and somebody else will have sex with his woman. How black men and black women will be fighting one another and can't get along with one another, right? And when you read that book is going to describe the characteristics of the real Israelites, which how we prove that the people that's saying that they are Israel are really not. They are just imposters, and they are liars, and they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. So let's go to Jeremiah 10 and 1. Read again from the top, please.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
There you go. So now the Lord only talking to the Israelites, the people that were enslaved for 400 plus years, right? The blacks, Hispanics, and the indigenous people. Read.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Now, who are the heathens, right? Who would be considered a heathen, right? God said, learn not the way of the heathen, right? A heathen will be, go ahead, true, you got it.
Every nation outside of Israel.
Absolutely. You understand me? Any nation that is outside of Israel. So the Chinese man will be considered a heathen or a stranger. Africans, man, they call us Africans. God damn. How the hell can we be Africans when there is over 40 countries in Africa? I never understood that, man. It's over 40 countries in Africa. If I'm African, why don't I know which country I come from in Africa? Nigeria, Kenya, Sierra Leone, South Africa, wherever the case may be. It's over 40 countries in Africa, man. Now, if I could, right? But if you ask one of those Africans down in Upper Darby, Southwest, they'll tell you. They'll tell you where they come from in Africa. But if you ask a Negro, it's like, I don't know. Because who were you before you went to Africa? And when you read Babylon Timbuktu, right, comes to find out we fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution because they were trying to kill us, man. They were trying to murder us. So we're like, okay, this is what we got to do. We got to blend in. I'm not going to go to Italy. It's all white people there. I'm going to go somewhere. If you're a criminal, you probably know what I'm talking about. You ain't going to go to just this all white neighborhood and it's just one black Negro because they want to sucking this up. Man, what the hell is one Negro doing around 100 white people? They're going to assume that you are a thief or you are trying to harm somebody or rape somebody. We fled into Africa so we could blend in with the other so-called brown people. Go ahead, Nicole.
If I could, sir, I coming to school, I didn't know that as a nation of people, we was in wars for a very long time with the Hamite Nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we don't understand that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if I could, right, listen, we are closer to white people than we are Africans.
Right.
Remember, Jacob and Esau were brothers. And for them to say that we are African is like, okay, y'all do know Pharaoh had the Israelites in captivity. It's in the history books. It's in this book called the Bible. Africans ain't have other Africans in slavery, in captivity. They had the Israelites in slavery, man, for a very long time. And the Most High had to raise up a black man by the name of Moses so he can let his people go. And of course, those filthy Africans ain't want to listen. They ain't want to obey, right? The Lord hardened his heart. But at the end, that last plague got them. You understand me? And then we were able to come out of Egypt, right? So now the Lord here is only speaking to his people and his people only. Let's read on.
For the customs of the people are vain.
All right, what does vain mean? For the customs of the people. Go ahead, sis.
Sin.
No, not quite. Not sin. Vain means what? Nothing. All right, that's what vain means. Vain means nothing. For the customs of the people are vain. The customs of what people? Go ahead, sis.
Anyone who is not an Israelite?
Yes, the heathen. You understand me? Remember, the Lord said in Jeremiah, he said, learn not the way of the heathens, right? For the customs of the people are vain. Meaning, he's saying what? Thanksgiving is vain. It means nothing. What the hell are you thankful for? Thankful for what? Going back to the projects? Thankful for that disease you got? Thankful for not having a father? Thankful for being on drugs? What are we thankful for? Getting up, working 10-hour days? $13, $14, $15 an hour? What are we thankful for in America? Being in captivity? Now, the oppressor can be thankful for they say, God bless America. They have a beautiful nation, a country that they can go to. But what are we thankful for? Look at our lives. Are we not in hell? Are we not in poverty, man? We in captivity? The Lord is saying the custom of the people are vain. And this is the main custom that is of the heathens that are vain. All right, when it comes to God. Let's read on.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For one doeth what?
Cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, man. A sister today was telling me, man, they selling Christmas trees for almost $100. Man, she said 25 years ago, man, you'll get a tree for like, 40, 50 bucks. She said, man, they wanted about $90 for that tree, man. You understand me? They go in the forest, right? And they cut down the tree. Or they cut down trees, right? And then they sell them to people. Okay? The Lord is saying they go in the forest and they cut down. Read.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Is that they use an axe to chop it down? Chop, and let's sell it. Let's make millions of dollars off of it. Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
They do what?
Deck it with silver and with gold.
They do what?
Deck it with silver and with gold.
Now, what is deck short for? Go ahead, sister.
They dress the tree with silver and gold.
Okay, deck. What is deck short for?
Decorated.
Here you go. Decoration. You understand? Or decorated, right? They deck it with silver and with what? Read that line again.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
See that? They decorate it. They decorate the tree with silver and gold, man. Read.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
See that? They put nails, they put hammers in that tree, and they almost done what? Making the tree look like a god. And you go down to New York, they got a big tree, man. You understand me? A big giant tree that's looking good. People go to the tree and they donate gifts to the trucks and all that. Read.
That it moved not.
See that? What is the Lord saying? The tree don't move, right? Now, why were people afraid of, the tree? Where do Christmas descend from? Where do it come from? Right fast, Nicole, give me the history of Christmas, all right? Give me that, please. The Lord telling us that tree do not move. Don't be afraid of that tree. Let's read on.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
See that? The tree can't speak, but people will worship that tree. You understand me? If you cannot afford to buy your kids Christmas gifts, then you just a deadbeat dad. Oh, this nigga ain't shit, man. He ain't do nothing for his kids on Christmas. He ain't buy his kids' birthday gifts and all that, man. Well, God said it's vain. It's a vain thing. And now that man don't even want to come around his children because he feels so pressured. He feels so pressured that if he can't afford Christmas gifts or birthday gifts, then he just might as well not come around. But really, you are teaching your kids to be selfish, man. When you teach them about Christmas and birthdays and all that, you're teaching them this. Life is all about a gift. And how can you teach a little girl that, man? So any Negro that take her out to eat or that buy her a gift, it's okay for her to give him that towel? You're raising your daughters up the wrong goddamn way, man. You understand? A gift shouldn't be as important than a woman's body. In America, it's like if you got money, you go to the strip club and you throw it at her, man, and she dance with you and she give you her body, man. The Lord saying, listen, we're supposed to partake in Christmas. It's a vain thing. For the custom of the people are vain. It means nothing to God. Let's read on.
They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. Do you have the history of Christmas?
The real history of Nimrod?
Yes, Nimrod. Get me that.
Okay. I'm still going through some of the sources. If I can paraphrase, I know it off the back.
No, if you can pull it up, right? Okay. Let me know when you have it. If you can't find it, no sweat, right? But you can pull it up on the orgies of Christmas and Nimrod and why they were afraid that if they ain't, give him a gift, then the spirit of Nimrod was going to just come and kill them and their whole entire family. Let's continue reading for right now. When you find it, let me know in the car.
Okay.
Verse 6. For as much as there is none like it unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might.
All right, you can drop that. Let's go to Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter, in verse 23. All right, so now that's Christmas right in the Bible, man. They deck it with silver and gold and nails and hammers. This is the thing. Why are we celebrating it? Why? Because we are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And also, right, it's actually a little more deeper than that as well, right? That's what we were taught. Think about it. From what you eat today, why do you eat it? That's what you ate when you were young. You understand? You ate pizza and hamburgers, and now as you grow and as you get older, it's like, I want cheesesteaks, or you understand me? If your parents wasn't strong on you eating vegetables and broccoli and all that, as you get older, it's like, you ain't messing with that. You understand me? Well, you need it. You need some good vegetables, man. Think about, like, on the places you go. Your memories are the memories of the past. And as you get older, they grow and they grow and they grow. And it's like, you're almost living You living in the past. So the majority of our people are celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas because you were taught that. You wasn't taught anything else. Think about it, right? How hard is it for a grown man or a grown woman to learn a language at 30 years old? Difficult, right? Now, unless you're one of those scholars, man, you'd be like a Bond. Goddamn, Officer Bond can learn a language in a day. Me, you cannot. Listen, I can't learn another language that fast, right? But when you are young, you learn it. Right? After what, 2-3 years old, your child starts speaking what? English. Why? Because you do the most learning when you are young. You gotta get those kids when they are young, man. You understand? You wait till they, and in most cases, if they've been in the world by the time 10, they're done. You understand? I mean, it's unfortunate, but if you don't get your children while they are young, by the time 10, 11, 12, 13, you forget about it, man. They trying to fight you, man. You understand? They trying to throw their hands up to you and get you up out the way. Let's read Jeremiah 2 and 33. Whoever had it, read it. All right.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
How canst thou say, I am not polluted? I have not gone after Balaam.
I'm sorry. Jeremiah 2 and 33. The second chapter in verse 33.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
Why trimmest thou thy way to Salakia? Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Now, so why are we going to celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas? What, sis?
And that's because of people have been conditioned to do for years.
Okay, yes. What else though? Why are we going to, go to the Christmas dinner instead of saying no? You have your own history? Hold that, please. Right? Because if you don't partake in it, your mother is going to hate you. Okay? Your father is going to despise you. That grandmother of yours, oh, she gonna say, I don't know you no more. Listen, brother was telling me, man, right? This was a couple years ago. He said, my little sister said she missed the old man. But the brother said the old man would have had sex with your best friend. But because the old man was a drug dealer and had thousands of dollars, and now that man came up inside the church, he said, man, you ain't my brother no more. You bored, man. I don't even know you no more. He said, I miss so-and-so, so-and-so. What happened to that, man? They bringing up the past and the things y'all used to do and places y'all used to go and all that. So it's like, you don't want to trim your ways for love. You don't want to trim your ways for your grandmother. You don't want to trim your ways for your father, man. Read that again from the top.
This is the book of Jeremiah, 2nd chapter, 33rd verse.
Mm-hmm.
Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Don't trim your ways, man, to seek love, man. If people want to hate you, know that they hated Christ first. Okay? Any more on that?
Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways?
See that? We taught the wicked ones our ways, man. We taught it to our children. Like Gentleman Hyman brought out last night, you are the big child, man. You understand me that want to celebrate Christmas, not the child. You can't say it's about the kids because a 2-year-old don't know nothing about Christmas. A 3-year-old don't know nothing about Christmas, man. You understand me? When that child is 1 year old, listen, I saw something in the car, Halloween. Man, this little 1-year-old was dressed up in a Halloween costume. Looking like, give me my bottle and take this mess up off of me, man. That 1-year-old don't know nothing about Halloween. It's you. You know everything about Halloween. You know everything about Christmas. And what you are doing, but you don't know, you are putting your demons on your children, man. Think about the things you eat, man. All that crab and pork and lobster and shrimp and all that. Now you have high blood pressure. Now your daughter have it. Now your son have it. And now it runs in the family. You're passing down bad habits and demons to your children, man. The Lord said you shouldn't trim your ways to seek love. Go ahead, Nicole, you got it.
If I could, sir, what you're saying is right on point, because in many conversations I had with females, about the way how, not to like trying to single them out or anything, but I'm like, it's how we move as adults. Like Christ said, shine your light before the people. So when, like for instance, now you see the whole social media thing is so big, and what we put on social media and how we go about in the OnlyFans. Now, when you actually look into the world of these younger children, they're doing doing the same thing that they see their parents doing. They being all promiscuous with the lips all tweeted up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your kids are a reflection of you.
Right.
You understand me? And most parents grow up and they hate their children because it's almost like they looking at themselves. When it's like, this is the child that you raise.
Right.
You understand me? You telling that 15-year-old daughter or that 13-year-old, man, you don't need to be smoking. You ain't grown yet. She ain't grown yet, but you've been smoking weed in her face for how many years?
Right.
How long was you smoking cigarettes in your daughter's face? And then you wonder why she's smoking cigarettes. Maybe her mother taught her when she was very young that it's okay to smoke cigarettes because you did it around her every single day. You forget about the child molestation. God damn, you raped the son, he raped his son. You raped the daughter molests her daughter. You understand me? Or she raped or she molested somebody else. You passing it down. You gotta break the curse. Okay? And it's only one way to break the curse. And that way is to serve the true living God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahweh. Y'all cold up in here? Y'all need some heat? Y'all cold? Anybody cold?
I'm cool.
Turn the heat on a little bit on the car if you don't mind. All right? Let's go to the book of Matthew. All right, we're going to go to Matthew on the 10th chapter. We're going to go to Matthew 10 and 34. All right, you get this one for me, Nicole. All right, the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. All right, let me get that read. If anybody have any questions, let me know. All right.
We are in the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not.
Go up. I'm sorry. Go up to 32. 10 and 32.
Come. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
What?
Come, verse 33. But whosoever shall deny me before men.
Now, how can anybody deny Christ before men? Right? You can almost deny Christ and not even know it. Because in most cases, it happens so fast. Then it's like, when it's done, it's like, damn, it was God testing me. But it happens so fast. You understand me? How can a man or woman in the truth deny Christ? Go ahead, sis.
By falling for temptation of this world.
Okay, falling for temptation. Yes, but not quite. How can somebody deny Christ? Go ahead, sis.
Worshiping other gods and not following his laws, statutes, and commandments.
You right. Get me. Okay, you right. Get me a way you can be caught off guard denying Christ. Go ahead, sis.
Accepting a plate on Thanksgiving.
Give her a hand. Now it's like, it's Thursday. Hey, you want to take this plate? Like, damn, should I take this plate? But the food smells good. You gotta eat the plate. Now, the spirit behind you eating the plate is this: I ain't really down for Christ. So you eat the plate, or you can be at work. You can be at work, right? And somebody can ask you, "Was you one of those brothers downtown?" Oh no, that wasn't me. You understand? Be downtown with those shades on and you don't want nobody to look at you. People know who you are.
Right.
That fast, you deny Christ. That fast. Go ahead, sis. You got your hand up?
Denying Christ is denying.
When you lie, you can deny Christ when you lie as well. What's another way you can deny Christ and like almost not even know it? Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Voting.
Voting, absolutely. Now, how will you tie that to denying Christ, though? You would have to say that. You would have to quote it right to explain it to the people so they understand. Go ahead.
So denying Christ is knowing that He's our King, that still sits on the throne of David. When we go get someone else to represent us and lead us, we already have a leader, but we get someone that is not of the Lord, that the Lord did not pick for us.
There you go. So if you explain it like that, absolutely, right? All right, what's another way you can deny Christ? Hey, your man got another wife? Oh, no, that ain't my man. Oh, no, he don't got another wife. Oh, no, he ain't down to UPK. Or I'm not down to UPK. I'm just supporting him. I'm just supporting him, even though I know he got more than one wife. I'm just supporting him. That fact, you deny Christ. You understand me? Let's read it again from the top.
Verse 33. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
You being afraid to wear your headpiece. You being afraid for people to see you in all black. You being afraid to wear a dress and cover your head. Oh, why you got your head covered? Because Christ told me to. You understand me? You're afraid for people to see the new you. And if you are afraid for people to see who you really are, then you ain't letting your light shine. And if your light ain't shining, then you are just like everybody else. You understand me? Christ saying, if you deny him, if you deny me, he's saying, I will also deny you before the Father, before the Most High. Let's read on.
Verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Who's speaking here in the call?
This is Christ, sir.
They in red, right?
Yes,
read that again one more time from the top, please.
Yes, sir. Verse 34. Think not that I am come to send, Salakia. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Now, what else they teach about Christ? That he's coming to save everybody, right? When he just said out of his own mouth, he said, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. Read on.
Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Now, Christ is coming to kill people. But kill who? Christ is coming to kill. Jesus Christ is not coming back so we can all sing Kumbaya, my Lord. God damn, we've been singing Kumbaya for about, too long.
Right.
You understand me? Christ is coming with a sword to kill who, though? Go ahead, sis.
The sinners and the youth.
Oh, yes, the sinners. Right fast, give me Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 6. All right, you hold what you have in the car. I'm coming right back there. Christ is Jesus Christ. The Jesus that everybody is talking about is not Jesus. Okay, the real Jesus is a black man. Okay, and when you read about Jesus in the book of Revelation, I believe the 18th chapter, it goes into how his garment is going to be dipped in blood. Meaning what? If you are smoking weed that day, you are going to die. If you are going to eat a Thanksgiving plate on Thanksgiving or accept, listen, you got some people who think they slick. Oh yeah, it ain't. I'm not going to accept a Christmas gift, but I'm going to accept it as a Hanukkah gift. Same spirit. Now you can't circumvent the law. Nobody is dumb. You understand? You ain't fooling nobody but yourself. Definitely ain't fooling the Most High God. Okay, but you want to know what else they say on the card? Okay, it ain't my birthday, but it's my born day. Come on, man. You think we stupid? Come on, we see it on Facebook. It's not your birthday, but it's your born day.
Right.
Oh, I thank God for being 30 years old. Listen, when y'all see that, tell them happy birthday. All right? Get them exactly what they're looking for. Happy recognition. Happy birthday. Why? Because that's what they want. You understand? That's exactly what they are asking for when they talk about the born day. You're talking about your birthday, man. You understand me? Read Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 6.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
Read that again, nice and loud, please.
For the Most High hateth sinners.
Read it again.
For the Most High hateth sinners.
See that? You think about why were you raped? Was you high? Was you on drugs? Was you on pills? Why were your daughter molested? Were you around? Where were you, man? Was you having sex with some Negro you didn't even know? Did you leave her in the room alone? Were you out there gambling? Where were you? What were you doing, man? For the Most High hateth sinners, man. You understand me? And that's just life. Life catches up to you just like that, man. When you think you're getting away with a crime, before you know it, the FBI come knocking on your door, man. You understand? They come get you, man. They got you on video, camera. They even had your phone tapped. Yeah, you thought you were being slick, right? The Most High eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. You cannot fool him, man. Read that again from the top.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
See that? For the Most High hateth sinners, man. Read.
And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly.
And will do what?
Repay vengeance unto the ungodly.
And will do what?
Repay vengeance unto the ungodly.
What is vengeance, man? Punishment, man. Now you'll be punished. And now you're wondering why everything is hitting you like a storm. Was you crying and screaming God when you was getting high? Eating the Thanksgiving food, right? Was you crying, oh, my life is so hell? But in a couple weeks from now, everybody's life is going to be hell. Not even knowing. Maybe it's because you sat at that dinner table, man. Maybe it's because you accepted that Christmas present, man. For the Most High hated sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, man. He is going to punish you. He is going to reward you, man, according to your works. Go ahead, Nicole.
If I could, sir, what you just said, it sounds like, it's amazing how, the scriptures, it refers to the Lord as our Father, which is in heaven. Because that's how our parents, remember we get in trouble, then our parents like, you wasn't crying and all that when you was outside or doing the school. So
exactly.
Cried down.
Exactly. You wasn't crying when you even stole somebody's iPhone.
Right.
Snatched it. When I was coming up, man, we was on South Street, man. We snatching people out of their phones and all that, man. We used to call them Johnnies, man. We jumping up in people's cars and taking their cars and all that. And then when the cops are, you wasn't doing that when you were in the act. You understand? You forget about, man, brothers having sex with whores. Okay, it feels good, right? Until you gotta go to board and lumbar, man. That's where they go in Philadelphia and get tested. And now you're crying and you're upset and you're mad. Oh, I made a mistake. I know you made a mistake. You understand me? And that's your father punishing you, man. Trying to get you to not make the same mistake. All right, let's read on, Trooper.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Meaning you will not escape. Okay? It's going to hit you like a stone. Boom, like a bomb, like a loud bomb. And will keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Read.
Give unto the good, and help not the sinner.
Okay, drop that. Now, when the Lord says, give unto the good and help not the sinner, he's saying, don't help a sinner sin. Right? If somebody asks you for $1, and if they say it's for a Lucy, you should not give them that $1. You understand me? Of course, if you want to help somebody, you can go and help them. But if they say, okay, I need $3 for a bag of weed, don't help a sinner sin, because you will be wrong for that. Okay, let's go back to the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. You got it in the car.
Come. In the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Think not that I come to send peace on earth.
Mm-hmm.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Okay, Jesus Christ is coming to kill the heathens and sinners. Okay,
Right.
read on.
Come. Verse 35. For I come to set a man at variance against his father,
Mm-hmm.
and the daughter against her mother.
Now, why is the daughter going to be against her mother? Because the mother then taught the daughter about Christmas.
Right.
You taught her that. Nobody else. You taught her about Thanksgiving. So now when it's your time to come out of Christmas and Thanksgiving, now your daughter is going to hate you, man.
Right.
Now your son is going to hate you because you taught them that. Now Christ is coming to make the separation. If he's taking the daughter, then the mother is going to hate you. If he's taking the mother, then the daughter is going to hate you. Let's read on.
Come. And the daughter against her mother,
Mm-hmm.
and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Go ahead.
Verse 36. And the man foes shall be they of his own household.
Now, what is a man foes? Go ahead, sis.
Enemies?
Your enemies. Your enemies are going to be they of your own household.
Right.
Your kids are going to be your enemies, man.
Right.
When Christmas come up. That wife of yours, you laying in the bed next to, oh man, she just waiting, man. Waiting to call you a hypocrite, man.
Right.
Man, this one brother called me. Man, let me not even go into that story. It made me sick when I heard it. You understand me? Your people, the people in your house is going to despise you, man.
Right.
They're going to hate you. And if I could, right, you should be encouraged when it happens. Because it goes to show what? It's showing you something. What is it showing you? Go ahead, sis.
That you're unrighteous.
That you are what?
Unrighteous.
Not unrighteous. It's showing you something. Christ said, a man foes will be they of your own household. What is it showing you? It's showing you that the prophecy is coming to pass. That's how you know that you are in the truth. Because people that's in your household is going to hate you for not smoking weed. Goddamn. They're going to hate you for not serving white Jesus, man. When you read these prophecies, it's like you are living the prophecies, man. Who do you think Christ was talking to? Christ was talking to his disciples. He ain't talking to people in the world here. He's talking to people in the truth. Those that are in your household, they are going to be your enemies, man. Let's read on.
Come. And the man foes shall be they of his own house.
Your whole family. Read.
Come. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of you.
Now, how will you love your father or your mother more than Christ? Somebody give me an example, right? How can you love your father or your mother more than Christ? Go ahead, sis.
Even though, like Christmas stuff is a sin,
Mm-hmm.
if the mom says, oh, it's for Christmas shopping, or if you want to get dressed up for Halloween, you still do it.
Exactly. That's one way, right? You got your mother, right? She want to go Christmas shopping, right? And now before you know it, she want to drag you along. If you love your mother more than Christ, then you will go Christmas shopping. Listen, I had this one brother call me. Oh my God. Listen, brother called me. He said, "Sir, I left the truth because my mother didn't like it." Those were his exact words, Nicole. He said, "I left the truth because my mother told me to not be in it." What else your mother told you to do and you didn't do? Then your mother told you to not get high. Then your mother told you to go to school and be a good boy.
Right.
Then your mother said, grow up and become somebody. Did you listen to her then? Hey, I bet not. But now mama said, you can't be in the truth. It's like, listen, I told the brother, I said, listen, you have to go. You understand me? Like the Lord said, let not thy pearls, man, give not your pearls to swine. If somebody don't want the truth, Rather it's your mother or it's your kids, man. And I get it. You understand? You're gonna love your children, man. You love your son, you love your daughters, man. Think about how long it took you to find out the truth and to break Christianity. And then think about you teaching your daughter and your son, not knowing that was the spirit of the white man. Do y'all see how the oppressor have used us to destroy our own people? You understand me? And then we go and we look at it like, damn, why do my kids hate me? The white man used you, man. Use you. Use a black woman to kill 450,000 babies a year, man. He used you to teach your people lies, man.
Right.
Which is why in the ISUPK under Commanding General Hanna, you must be born again, man.
Right.
You gotta be born again. You gotta teach your children again. Now that's gonna be a little difficult. But with the spirit of the Lord, man, nothing shall be impossible, man. Right. You understand me? You teach them about Mattathias, man. Life, like Jeremiah Hyman brought out last night, like, right? Life is about war. It's about warfare, right? Life is this. Okay, going to school is hard, right? Graduating college is hard. Losing weight is hard. But if you just quit, then how can you get a good job? If you just quit, then how can you lose weight? What else is hard to do? Giving birth is hard, right? That ain't easy. But if you just quit and say, I'm not giving birth, then what? You won't see that beautiful son, man.
Right.
You understand me? Life is this, okay? Whatever is hard, do it. Anything that's telling you that smoking weed is hard, you have children. You can do any goddamn thing, man. What about the things you overcame in life? All the events, man, the traumatic events you've been through in life. You can do anything if you can push that voice out that's telling you that you can't do it.
Right.
You understand me? Because that same voice was using you to destroy your own children for a very long time. Let's read on.
Verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Yeah, if you love your son or your daughter, it's like, all right, cool, you got about a birthday gift. No sweat, man. No sweat. You go ahead and do it. I will teach my kids to not celebrate birthdays. Right. You understand me? Unless you want your children to only love you because of materialistic things. And then one day you don't have the money, they looking at you sideways when you taught them that. Right. You taught them a terrible thing. You gotta break it. Gotta break it. If you love them more than the Lord, then you ain't worthy of them. Okay, and you just might as well go to church, man. Go to church, they love you. God damn, you can celebrate Christmas, you can buy your kids Christmas gifts, and you can smoke all the weed you want to, man. This life here is a very disciplinary life. You understand? You must fight yourself. You must resist yourself. You must overcome yourself. You must fight your own mind. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 19 and verse 7, I believe I want. Go there right fast. I'm sorry, Jeremiah 17 and verse 9. You read that for me on Trooper. Go ahead, Nicole.
I had a question about that scripture. Now, a lot of times in most conversations, people are saying, well, I'm not going to force anything on my child. Is that another way of saying that they love the child more than the Lord?
They ain't going to force anything on their child. Now, how old is the child?
Okay, in the way that they're speaking, like for instance, in ISUPK, we teach our children to serve the Lord. And their way of saying it, I'm not going to push their religions or anything on their child. They're going to allow the child to pick it for themselves. Is that another?
Now, give me an age on how old this child could be.
Well,
because the child is 13, and in most cases, I mean, that boy 13, when she's 13, she ain't gonna listen. She already done. You understand me? Now, unless it's a child. Now, when we say child, you mean like 4, 5, 6, 7 years old?
No, sir, like in the growing stages.
Right, gosh. Well, either way you do this, right? Even if the child is 13, you teach her the truth. And if she don't take it, that's on her. Right? The Lord will give you more children. Right? And you know how important it is to teach them when they first come out the womb. So we got a 2, 3-year-old. I mean, what the hell you mean I'm not gonna force nothing on my child? When you forcing Christmas on them, you forcing it on them. You forcing Thanksgiving on them. You forcing birthdays on them. So what they should do, if they are righteous in the car, they should teach their children the truth.
Right.
You understand? Because of course, teaching them the truth is actually going to help them in the long run. You know how many people died of drugs, OD, man? Imagine if you taught your children, right? Like how we first come out the womb, right? The language that the parents, right? We teach our children English. See that? So when a child come out the womb, is like captivity. That's the language that we teaches them, man. Not the oppressor. The oppressor taught us. Now all we gotta do is just start speaking their own language. And now the child, he say, Salaki, if I could too. Some of the first words that babies say, I don't know if y'all came across it yet, but it's Abba. Abba. Which is what? See that sign over there? That's ancient Hebrew. Abba. Abba. What do Abba mean in Hebrew? Go ahead.
Father.
Means father, man. Why? Because that son or that daughter came from the father. And now they go from saying Abba to A-B. You understand me? The Hebrew is already being taken away from them because we are born into captivity. You understand me? If we would teach our children Abba, God, Hebrew is a more of our language anyway because it's more of our spirit. You understand me? So if we taught our children that Abba, God, we taught them the laws and the commandments, man. They'd be like, Christmas, they won't even know Christmas. So you wouldn't be disappointed because you never received a Christmas present on Christmas. You understand that in the car. So what they should do, man, they should raise them up the right way. Right. Especially knowing that they destroyed those kids. You understand? You should want to give them a better chance than your father or your mother. All right? Let's read Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9. You got it, sis? Go ahead, you go ahead and read that.
17 verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
Deceitful, right?
Deceitful.
What is the heart? What is the heart? What's the heart?
The heart.
What's your heart?
Is,
Say it again.
the heart is
Your heart, right? Let's say this, right? Let's say a man said, I love you, right? Right. Where's that coming from? Okay, not quite, sis.
Your feelings?
No, not your feelings. What is your heart? Go ahead, Trooper.
Your mind.
Your heart is your mind. If I say I love you, I've been thinking about it, right? Someone's like, if I say I want a pizza, why do I want a pizza? I've been thinking about it. Do me one on, cut the heat down a little bit. The car broke or so. He's gonna toast me up up in here, boy. God, so while you just cut it down a little bit, man. God dang, you trying to melt my Santa Claus in the car. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, right. Think about all the places you go. When you go to a club, you thought about the club, or you marry a woman, you thought about the woman, and then y'all end up getting married, right? If I say I love you with all my heart, your heart is your mind. So now when you read the heart is deceitful above all things, what is God saying? Go ahead, sis.
That your mind can lead you into
Say that one more time. You say your mind can lead you into what?
The mind can be deceitful.
You want it. You right there, right? Now, if the mind can be deceitful, what should that tell me about myself? Sis?
That you shouldn't trust yourself.
Give her a hand. Don't trust yourself, man. Do not trust yourself. Right. Because if you trust yourself, you'll be smoking 20 L's a day. Okay? If you trust yourself. If you trust yourself, any man that's cute, You're gonna go ahead and give him that tail. And then what the hell are you gonna do? Give you acute disease. You understand me? The mind, the heart is deceitful above all things. Read it again from the top, sis.
The heart is deceitful above all things and destructive.
And desperately.
Desperate and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
See that? The Lord is saying the mind is deceitful, man. You gotta think about it like this, right? Your mind is always playing games. To even serve the Most High God, right? You gotta battle that thing in your mind. And it ain't easy, but anything in life, if you practice, right, and if you obey the Lord, and if the Lord is with you, then you can overcome it, man. You can overcome anything, especially knowing that that mind is wicked as hell. First thing you know, you cannot trust yourself. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, the 16th chapter and verse 1. Nakar, you get me Maccabees, right? First Maccabees, the second chapter and verse 19. Now you get that for me. Trooper, you give me Ecclesiasticus 16 and verse 1.
Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 16, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children.
Now, what can be a multitude of unprofitable children? You just got kids everywhere. Right? You got kids everywhere. You got kids in New York. You got kids in Philly. You got kids in Alabama, right? But yeah, those kids, they bring you nothing but shame. They say, my daddy wasn't nothing. My mother wasn't around. They don't even respect you, man. Not knowing that they should, even though you wasn't around. And you was a horrible mother or a horrible dad. They should thank you because you are an Israelite. You understand? They should forgive you and they should forget about all the terrible things that happened in the past. Read on.
Neither delight in ungodly sons.
See, that ungodly sons. Mattathias, man, we're going to read about Mattathias in a minute, man. He taught his sons to never forsake the voice of God. Never leave the commandments of the Most High God. Read on.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 16, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Though they multiply, rejoice not in them.
See that? Hey, before you know it, you rejoicing. Oh, I got a son, I got a daughter. 18 years of child support. It's rough, man. That child support, man, can tear up your life, man. Can ruin your life. 18 years, and now you got 2, 3, 4. God damn, that's rough. Before you know it, a good day turn into a horrible day. You forget about it. You can't even see the kids. You understand? You paying child support with kids you can't even see. Read.
Except the fear of the Lord be with them.
Except what?
The fear of the Lord be with them.
Now, if they fear the Most High God, now you got something. You understand? Read on.
Trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude. For one that is just is better than 1,000.
See, that it's better to have one righteous son or one righteous daughter than to have 10 sinners everywhere. You understand me? 10 sinners everywhere, and the kids are just on drugs, they drug addicts. Look at your brothers and sisters, man. I don't gotta tell you. You understand? Look at the life, man, they live, man. It's better to have one righteous son or one righteous daughter than to have unrighteous children, man. Read.
And better it is to die without children than to have them that are ungodly.
Read that again.
And better it is to die without children than to have them that are ungodly.
What is he trying to help you understand? It is important to train up a child in the way that he or she should go, right, and they will not depart from thee. Go ahead, sis. You got it.
What's the scripture again?
That's on the book of Proverbs. You saying the one that he's reading now?
Yeah.
Let the sister know where you at, please. Read it one more time from the top, please. You got Maccabees, first Maccabees, the second chapter, verse 19. All right, you hold that for me, please. You got it, Lord.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 16, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
For by one that hath understanding shall the city be replenished, but the kindred of the wicked shall speedily become desolate.
There you go, man. Your kids gonna die. I'm trying to tell you, man, they're gonna die, man. You understand me? Now, the only chance they have of life is you. You the one that messed up their lives. Teach them something else. All right, let's go to now. We're gonna read about Mattathias, man. Right, we're gonna go to First Maccabees, the second chapter, and let's start at verse 19. You got it, McCall.
Time check 8:44.
To what?
I'm sorry. It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 19. So like I'm gonna read a little louder. It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall everyone, and fall away everyone from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments. Verse 20, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
See that? Mattathias saw everybody were compromising. He said, man, I'm going to stand with God. And that's the spirit that you need in these last days of time, man. Like the Lord said, knowledge should be the what? Stability of thy times. Not how much money you have, man. Don't chase the dollar, man. You understand me? Don't chase the American dream. Don't chase whores, man. Don't chase sluts, man. Chase the Most High God, knowing that in the end, He will bring forth the increase, man, and He will be with you. Read on.
Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Sorry.
No sweat. You got it, brother. Pick it up, true.
This is the book of First Maccabees, second chapter, verse 20. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. We will not hearken to the king's words.
He said what?
We will not hearken to the king's words.
He said we will not hearken. What is hearken? Hearken means what? Go ahead, brother. Listen, right? He's saying we will not listen to the king's word. Meaning what? I'm not going to listen when they tell me to celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm not going to listen when they tell me to celebrate Christmas. I'm not going to listen when they tell me to celebrate my birthday, man. He's saying me and my sons, we will not hearken. Hearken is old Quaker English for listen or listening. We will not listen unto the king. Read.
To go from our religion either on the right hand or the left.
See, that we're going to go from our belief and what we believe in, man, and compromise and bow down to other gods and philosophies. Go ahead.
Now, when we had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin.
Now you have food. There's one Uncle Tom ass Negro, man. It's always got to be one. You got Mattathias saying we ain't going to compromise. And then you got one. Read on.
According to the king's commandments. Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal.
Listen, Mattathias wasn't no joke, man. None of the prophets of God were, man. He was pissed the hell off when he saw that Negro, man. Read.
And his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
He did what?
Ran and slew him upon the altar.
He slew that Negro, man. Right. For wanting to compromise the words of Yahweh, man. Right. Read.
Also the king's commissioner, who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time. And the altar he pulled down.
Go ahead.
Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God, like as Phinehas did unto Zambri, the son of Salom.
See that, man? He was zealous, man. Listen, you want to have that mindset. You want to almost be a fiend when it comes to the words of God. You want to be a fanatic, man. Like you want to want more. Like you should have the mindset like this. Okay, it's over 623 laws. Then I gotta learn them all. You're gonna learn them all one day. It takes time. You understand? You gotta come to class. It takes time to learn how to be a good parent, man. You can learn how to be a good parent by coming to class. You understand? You learn how to be a good father, man, by opening up this Bible, right, and teaching it to your children, man. Everything, all of your problems to life is in this book.
Right.
Every single one. From you being, just a horrible human being your whole entire life. That's in there. Everything is in there, man. From how we die in the streets in America every single day. How they hunt our steps. How the oppressors have been killing us for over 400 plus years. And I tell you the most beautiful thing about it, right? How to get up out of hell is in this book also, man. You understand me? And that's the most beautiful thing about it, man. It goes to show how merciful the Most High God is. Let's go to Romans, the 6th chapter, and verse 1. All right, let's go there right fast. Whoever get it can go ahead and read it first. All right.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Now, what does it mean to continue in sin? What do it mean to continue anything? To keep doing it, right? To continue. Like I continue running, so I'm going to keep running. Or I continue the game. So now I keep playing the game. Read that again from the top.
Come on. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
What did Christ die for? Anybody? Sis?
He died for our sins.
Yes. What else did he die for?
He died to give us another chance.
Yes. What else did he die for? Christ died for what we did, not for what you do. Okay? Feel that for a second. Jesus Christ was crucified on that cross for what the old man did, for what the old woman did. Christ ain't died for you to learn that you shouldn't be celebrating Christmas or Thanksgiving. He ain't died for the things that you are currently doing now because you are weak. You are weak, man, and you don't fight. You don't fight, man. You don't understand warfare. Warfare is up here. It's in your mind. They say what? Mind over matter. If you can fight your mind, then you can fight anything in life. Get courage, man. Be courageous, man. Be zealous, man. Be like Mattathias. Know how to war and how to fight, knowing it takes a second, man, and the Lord can take you up out of here. It happens that fast, that quick. Read on.
God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin?
Now, what does it mean to be dead to sin? Meaning you know what sin is. So sin should be dead. Like how, Negroes say, oh yeah, I used to go to the strip club. That's dead. I used to sell drugs. That's dead. Meaning sin should be where? In the past. Drop down to verse 15.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law?
There you go, Christians. See that? We ain't under the law. So now I can eat all this shrimp I want to eat. Shrimp ain't good anyway. Stop eating roaches, man. I call them roaches. I don't want to call. You understand me? Stop eating those cockroaches. Yeah, look at them, man. They look like a roach, man.
Right.
Read that again from the top, Warrior.
Come on. Verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law,
So
but
we
under
sin
grace?
because we are not under the law, but under grace. Read.
God forbid.
Read that again.
God forbid.
Read it again.
God forbid.
Read it again.
God forbid.
God forbid. What is the law? The law is, okay, when a woman was caught committing adultery against her husband, she would be put to death. That's the law. Like today in America, we call the law the police. The police is not for me. The police is for criminals. If you are not a criminal, then you don't have to worry about the law coming knocking on your door, the feds, because they done had your phone tapped, man, for years, and you thought you were slick. The law is for people that break the law. The law is the police officers. The law was Moses and Aaron knocking on your door. Negro, we saw y'all smoking that weed. And they come knocking your door, and now they chop your head off. Boom. You don't got to worry about the law, meaning the death penalty of breaking the commandments of God. because now you have grace. Grace is, okay, I owe $500 in my electric bill, right? Or, $1,000. Some of y'all don't even pay the electric bill. You owe like $3 goddamn grand, $3,000, right? Grace is, I'm going to give y'all a time period to make payments, right? Now, can you say, oh, Pico, you gave me grace. You gave me grace, so now you can never cut you off. Tell Pico that if you want to. Listen, you won't have no heat. You understand? You won't have no heat. You won't have no electric, man. You understand me? If you were to use grace and take advantage of grace, grace is a time period for you to learn the truth. That is grace. And once you learn the truth, the grace is over. Now you know the truth. So if you eat pork or shrimp or crab and lobster, you think you have high blood pressure or diabetes now, the Most High is going to kill you, man. You understand me? Because your grace is over. Now, if you go and have sex with a whore or have sex with somebody that you don't know, the grace was chlamydia, okay? The grace was gonorrhea. But now you come up in here and you learn about marriage and you go outside of that, the Lord will give you AIDS, man, because you know better. You looking at people in the world like, oh, they living great. They living their lives. The Lord ain't called them yet. They're going to have their time to shine. The Lord going to call them one day, but he called you. And what are you going to do with it, man? Read that line again from the top.
What shall we say? What then, Salakia? This is Rome. This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 15. What then shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? God forbid. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are, to whom ye obey?
Listen, the Christian church is the house of Satan, man. They say, hey, see, we're not under the law. Okay. If I'm not under the law, then I'm not paying you tithes. Right? Shouldn't that make sense right there? Okay, I'm not under the law that you're talking about, but why the hell are you asking me for money? Why are you asking me for tithes? If you're telling me I'm not under the law, you're saying it's okay for me to be a homosexual, then I shouldn't have to pay you my tithes. Because tithes is in the law. Do y'all see how hypocritical they are, man? They don't care about the people. Those pastors, man, those preachers, man, they give a damn about one thing, and that's their goddamn damn selves, man. They only care about themselves, man. And they don't care about nobody else. Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Hebrews. Hebrews, the 10th chapter. I think I want verse 26. Hebrews 10 and 26. All right, if anybody have any questions, let me know. I'm going to wrap it up in a minute. All right. We go to Hebrews 10 and 26. Whoever has it, read it.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, and verse 26. For we sin willfully.
Read it again, nice and loud.
Come. For if we sin willfully.
Okay, how can somebody sin willfully? Give me an example, sis.
Knowing that's the sin, you still continue.
Here you go. Sinning willfully is like, okay, I know smoking weed and hookah and Black and Mild. What else they smoking? Whatever the hell they smoking, right? You know you shouldn't smoke.
K2, something like that, I guess.
Say it again, sis.
K2.
K. Oh man, listen, man.
That's what my grandma was smoking.
K2. Right, you get my point, right? So you sin willfully. You know you should not smoke. Now, if you smoke, you just sin willfully. Read it again from the top.
Come. For we sin willfully. After that, we have received the knowledge of truth.
Read it again.
Come. For we sin willfully. After we have received.
Before we had the truth.
When, after.
Before.
After.
Before I knew anything.
After.
Go ahead.
That we have received the knowledge of truth.
Mm-hmm.
There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
Listen, you done, man. You understand? I mean, I'm telling you this out of love, man. Like, your mind is going to be just out of control.
Right.
Like, you're gonna be like, damn, I want to be like my friends. I want to be like everybody else. And then you're gonna have that other voice telling you, you know, you learned in class. That voice is the Spirit of God.
Right.
The other voice, being concerned about other people and their marriages, that's just Satan trying to pull you in, and pull you in. If you sin willfully after you have received the knowledge of the truth, not before you ain't know anything, before now you have mercy. Now you don't have mercy. Christ ain't died for that. Let's read on.
Come. There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
It'd be you that be sleeping on the bridge. Yeah, you thought your past was something else. Ooh, wee. Go ahead and play with the Most High God if you want. Read.
Verse 27. But a certain fearful looking for the judgment and
But what?
But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation.
Meaning what? When you sin against God, what should any man or woman do? Simple.
Repent.
Yes, you should repent. What else should you do before you repent, though? Go ahead, sis.
Confess your sins and expect forgiveness.
When you confess it, that's good because that shows the Lord that you ain't trying to fool him. All right, and of course, you confess it. You don't got to do it in class, but you contact your camp leader. You understand me? If you in New York, man, you contact Captain Tazariak. You in Baltimore, you contact Captain Saparia. You understand me? You confess your sins, man. And then the Lord will have mercy on you because he know you ain't trying to fool him. Holding it in is going to cause you to get into more trouble. Because that voice of you holding it in is shame. It's like, I can't tell the brothers what I did. I can't tell them that. And then that shame is going to run you out of the truth. Well, all you got to do is come talk to your brother. God damn. You understand? The Lord said, love thy brother as thyself. The Lord also that said, do good to communicate. If you have something going on in your life, man, pick up the goddamn phone, man. All right. Now, with that being said, all right, you should confess your sins. What else should you do after you sin against God? Simple, sis. Okay, you change your ways, but it's one step y'all missing. What should your kids do, right? You told your son or your daughter to not fight in school, right? They go to school one day and they get into a terrible fight. When your son or your daughter come home, what should they do?
Pray.
No, you better not pray. You're going to pray for a belt. Spank it. Right. Well, raise your hand next time, sis, right? What should they do? They should wait for the woman. That's what you do. When you sin against God, wait for your punishment because it is going to come. You wait for your punishment, and after the Lord chastise you, you repent, and you never do it again. You understand that, right? Any questions before I end the class? With that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer in the car.
So the prayer person.
Yes.
All right. Let's give it up for Captain and priest. Sure. All right. This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West on 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm the commander, Junior Hanna, role for new brother and sister. When new brother and sister come into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties is a commandment. You'll find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, 8 through 10. My Asher, I will be 10 for Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Get to the Treasury Department, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we are in the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. All right. We are in the second day.
Third day.
Third day? Come. We are in the third day. All right. And this is on the 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. So it started this Sunday, the 28th, and it lasts for 8 days. You can find this in the book of Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 to 61. All right. Al-Akim, Al-Wafiam. Make sure you check the bulletin board in the hallway in the school. If anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. With that, I'll mind you. You need to stand. So I have to dump. Stand up. All right. So I have to dump. You're going to turn around. That means turn around and face the east. Okay. We're going to raise up our hands as we pray. Just repeat after me. All right. It's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayah. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malafaka. Daba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayah. Nathanawa. Come. Kal. Yawam. Wasalak. Kabawafyanawa. Kabawafyanawa. Wala'ah. Tabi'ayanawa. Banasarawan. Abo. Habashayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalaka. Wala'ala. Walayam. Amen. All right, the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. All right, this is the prayer for the power, the Haka in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Babakashah. Nathanawa. Haka. La Pa'a. Ka Malawa. Haka. Latahar. Hamatazariah. Haka. Lahakwiyam. Hamafiam. Haka. Al-Kawa. Hatama'ala. Lagarshun. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Wadaman. The English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. All right. This is a prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Manawa. Vayasha'ala. Wahabayath. Saparium. Barak. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water among. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. All right. This is a blessing in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushua. Wa Miyaka Wa Alahayim. Matazabaya. Alawap Yahana. Halawapyam. Hasarayim. Hakasayayim. Wahawafiyam. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water among. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushua. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General the generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.
So be it.
All right. Sorry. Need to turn around. All right. Sisters, your shotgun needs to be seated. Okay. Men of Israel, we're going to give one quick courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Madam Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Rakatham.
Yahweh. Sorry, we're going to face the sisters. All right. Madam, you just stand. All right, sisters going to stand. Okay. You're going to stand at your feet at a 45-degree angle. Your hand cuffed like so, right over the left. You're going to bow your head. Okay, we're going to salute you. And once we're done, you're going to repeat what we said, all right? Okay, Men of Israel, we're going to give one quick courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Amadram, Barak,
Yahweh Shemal Athabah Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Now y'all say, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Like it if I could. Yahweh Shamar. Athabah Hashem Yahweh Shai. Do one more time, please.
Come. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Alatham,
Alatham,
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahshua.
All right. And what you just said was, may the Lord be with you in Christ's name. Okay? Yahweh Matah, bring your hands down, class is dismissed.
Like the crew, but I'm not.
Yeah.